What if your company's health could be measured like a person's? Well, the truth is, it can. And just like the human body, the strongest companies are the ones that train, recover, and grow with purpose. Today we're talking about the longevity advantage, why companies that invest in real wellness outperform those that don't. We'll dive into the science, the culture, and the mindset that make healthy organizations unstoppable. Today on the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast.
Welcome to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast
with Garrett Williamson.
Health, wellness, exercise, nutrition, and a whole lot more. Got questions? Call us and leave a message at 251-278-EDGE or message us at Personal Edge Fitness on Facebook and Instagram, at Team PE on Twitter, or personaledgefitness.com.
Welcome to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast. I'm your host, Garrett Williamson, President of Personal Edge Fitness. Thank you so much for joining me today. Before we get started, if you enjoy this show, please take a second to like, share, and subscribe. And remember, you can always reach us at area code 251-278-3343. That's 251-278-EDGE, or online at personaledgefitness.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Personal Edge Fitness. Hit me up on X at Team PE if you're so inclined. Now, let's talk about the surprising connection between corporate health and personal longevity, and how the same principles that keep the body young can keep a company thriving. Let's look at the company as an organism analogy here. When I talk about the live age, I'm usually referring to people. That ability isn't determined by the number on your driver's license, but that same truth also applies to organizations. Think of your company as a living organism. It has a heart, your mission and values. It has a brain, your leadership and strategy. It has a circulatory system, your communication channels. But most importantly, it has cells. This is your employees. If those cells are stressed, sedentary, and disconnected, the organism declines, just like the human body does. But if those cells are energized, supported, and healthy, the organism thrives. Now, this isn't just a metaphor. A 2022 Harvard Business Review analysis found that companies with strong wellness cultures had 11% higher productivity and 55% lower turnover than industry peers. Now think about that. Culture literally compounds performance. And here's the kicker. That culture is built on the same four pillars I talk about in live age: fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, and most important, mindset. Start with the first, fitness. Physically active employees don't just call in sick less, they think better. A 2019 University of Bristol study found that employees who exercised before or during work reported a 72% improvement in time management and workload completion. Their mood and productivity stayed higher throughout the day. Companies that build in movement, walking meetings, short challenges, or structured programs like ours see an immediate lift in energy and collaboration. When I work with teams, we often start small. Maybe it's a step challenge or a 5-minute office workout or some simple habit change. What matters isn't perfection, it's participation. When people move, they feel better. And when they feel better, they work better. That's why fitness in the workplace isn't just about lowering insurance costs. It's about increasing creativity, focus, and above all, morale. Now, the next pillar is nutrition. The World Health Organization reported in 2023 that poor nutrition reduces productivity by up to 20% globally due to fatigue, illness, and decreased cognitive function. Think of your office like an engine. You can't expect to run it efficiently on bad fuel. That's why progressive companies are rethinking how they feed their teams, from snack options to lunch breaks, and of course, hydration reminders. One of the most powerful tools we've implemented through corporate wellness programs is education, helping employees understand how small nutrition upgrades affect energy and mood. Now listen, you don't have to ban cookies from the break room, but balance the offerings. When people understand why better fuel matters, they make better choices without being told to. Now, as always, a quick reminder, if you're enjoying this episode, please like, follow, and share. And if your company is looking to create a healthier, more productive culture, give us a call at area code 251-278-3343 or visit personaledgefitness.com. We'd love to help you build your own longevity advantage. Now, let's talk about lifestyle. The everyday habits that shape a company's long-term health. You've probably seen it now. You may have it in your place of work. Offices that run on caffeine and stress, with employees eating lunch at their desk, skipping breaks, and wondering why morale is basically through the floor. It's no different than what I see with individuals. You can't outrun an unsustainable lifestyle. A 2021 Gallup Workplace report found that employees who felt their organization cared about their overall well-being were 69% less likely to actively search for a new job. That's retention. That's culture. When companies support sustainable habits, encouraging breaks, recognizing effort, celebrating improvement, not perfection, they create an environment people want to be a part of. And that's the beauty of our challenge-based model. It's inclusive. It doesn't matter whether you're a marathon runner or you haven't exercised in 10 years, you haven't exercised in your entire life. Everyone can participate. Everyone gets to improve at their own level. It's completely individualized. Finally, my favorite, the most important, mindset. I'll always say ability isn't dictated by age. It's dictated by belief. The same is true for companies. The moment an organization decides it's too big, too small, or too old to change, it begins to decline. The healthiest companies, like the healthiest people, have what psychologists call a growth mindset. They see wellness not as an expense, but as an investment. In fact, the American Psychological Association's 2022 survey found that employees in psychologically healthy workplaces were twice as likely to recommend their company to others and reported an 80% higher engagement. That's mindset at scale. When a company says, we're going to get better, and backs that up with action, training, education, inclusion, the culture completely transforms. People start thinking differently about their work, their health, and most importantly, about each other. The data doesn't lie. Let's look at the numbers. According to a 2020 Rand Corporation meta-analysis of workplace wellness programs, average medical costs dropped by $3.27 for every $1 invested in wellness. Absenteeism costs fell by $2.73 for every $1 invested in wellness. Now, those are measurable results, but the real ROI shows up in intangibles: better problem solving, lower turnover, higher morale, and stronger recruitment. I always tell executives, your culture is your climate control system. You can either spend energy cooling down conflict and burnout, or you can use that energy to generate enthusiasm, loyalty, innovation. Promise you, wellness is that thermostat. Now, here's where all of this ties back to my favorite subject, the lie of age. Just like a person, a company doesn't decline because time passes. It declines because it stops evolving. When we neglect fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, and above all, mindset, the system slows down. But when we nurture those 4 pillars, both bodies and businesses stay strong. A company that invests in its people, it invests in its people's health, is investing in its own future. Its own longevity isn't an accident. It's built one healthy habit at a time. So here's your challenge. Take an honest look at your workplace. Does it reflect the kind of health and energy you want to see in your team? If not, start small. I can't belabor that point enough. Start small. A walking meeting, one of my favorites, a hydration challenge, or a 5-minute movement break. When we start a company, we start with just simple individual habit challenges, even before we do a big challenge. Those little challenges, those little changes create ripple effects. Healthy employees build healthy companies, and healthy companies last. If you'd like to learn more, give us a call at area code 251-278-3343 or visit personaledgefitness.com, because creating a culture of longevity in your workplace, that's just one more way Personal Edge Fitness helps you reach your level of wellness. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast with Garrett Williamson. Subscribe now and be a part of the show by calling 251 278-EDGE or message us on Facebook and Instagram at Personal Edge Fitness or at Team PE on Twitter, and visit us at personaledgefitness.com.
Who's developing our future community leaders? Who's developing our future workforce? Who's fostering a love of our great nation in today's youth? Liberty Learning Foundation is doing it. Liberty Learning Foundation empowers K through 12 educators to teach civics, character, financial literacy, career readiness, and our great American story, producing outstanding young citizens who are truly life, career, and citizen ready. Test scores go up and behavioral issues go down. Help ensure the Liberty Learning Foundation program is in your kid's school. Please make your charitable donation now at libertylearning.org.